Good morning, all of you. In today's class, we discuss about digestion and absorption of lipids. So, after we taking the lipids, like different lipids like THL, phospholipids, and fatty acids, it should be digested before the metabolized. Okay. So, lipid digestion and absorption. So, these are the objectives. We will discuss on these topics. So, come to the dietary intake of lipids. So, usually we will take 40 to 80 grams per day of lipids or fats we will take. So, this intake will depend on economic status and dietary habits. So economic status means who are in poor persons will not take more fats. They cannot take. Whereas in high economic status, they can take more fats. Like dietary habits means like who are taking non-veggies and eggs and more oils diet, which contains more fats. Whereas more vegetarian diets and fruits like this one take less fat. Okay, like in India it is 40 to 80, whereas in western diets they contain more fatty diet. They are 3 times more than our India, like 60 to 150 grams per day. So this lipids or fat contain TGL, which is a major part of lipid intake. It is 90 to 95%, and cholesterol. So most of the cholesterol which is present in free form and small amount with esterified form, esterified with fatty acids, which is dietary intake less than 1 grams per day. So next is lipids, phospholipids, mostly predominantly which contain phosphatidylcholine are also called as lecithin. So when we take the food, it will digest in usually in mouth, stomach and intestine. So in lipid digestion, in mouth there is a limited digestion of lipids occurs in mouth, like lingual lipase, which is Ebner's glands on the dorsal surface of tongue act as a acidic environment tongue. So very small, very minute amount of lipids will digest in mouth. So the lingual lipase from the mouth enters the stomach along with the food. So this lingual lipase active at the pH of 2 to 2.5 to 5. So therefore this lingual lipase active in the stomach. It act on the short chain triglycerides. So now to the lipid digestion in stomach. Like in mouth, only small amount of lipids are digested. In the stomach, gastric lipase and digest milk lipids like triglycerides contain small chain fatty acids or medium chain fatty acids, SCFA small chain, where MCFA medium chain fatty acids. Only 20 to 30% of triglyceride digestion occurs in stomach, whereas in children it is more than 30% of triglyceride in children. So next, after lipids from the stomach to the enter into the intestine, so major primary site of fat digestion is small intestine. So for digestion of lipids, because lipids are insoluble in aqueous medium or water, so most of these pancreatic enzymes which are water soluble in nature, that's why. So lipids are insoluble in aqueous medium. So this fat digestion require bile cells and pancreatic juice. So bile salts is required for the emulsification of lipids, whereas pancreas juice was for digestion enzymes of different lipids. So these lipid digestive enzymes in pancreatic juice are pancreatic lipase along with colipase and cholesterol esterase phospholipase A2. These are the major enzymes which are present in pancreatic juice. First, emulsification of dietary lipids. So emulsification is achieved by the mainly two complementary mechanisms like detergent property of bile salts, and another one is mechanical mixing due to the peristalsis of intestines. So bile salts like sodium glycocholate and sodium taurocholate are bile salts. They act on the lipids and decrease the surface tension and increase the so they decrease the surface area of lipids, the hydrophobic portion of bile salts. Here you can see. So this is the lipid molecule which will convert into small lipid molecules by using bile salts along with phospholipids. So the lipids are hydrophobic in nature, whereas bile salts which contains hydrophobic and hydrophilic. So hydrophobic portion of the bile salts will bind with the lipids, and hydrophilic domains remain the surface like this one. So outer surface is hydrophilic, whereas inner surface is hydrophilic in nature, and make them to small and smaller droplets of lipids. So thus the surface area of action of lipase is increased. So another one is emulsification of lipids is peristalsis, which is occurs in duodenum when chyme of lipids enter into the bile. Large fat droplets are broken into physically into smaller fat droplets. So this will increase the surface area of lipids where the pancreatic enzymes will act. Next one is enzymatic hydrolysis. So enzymatic hydrolysis, so major lipids are triglycerides, phospholipids and cholesterol esters. So first one is digestion of triglycerides, which requires enzyme pancreatic lipase. So this pancreatic lipase requires bile salts and colipase for their action. So colipase is a pancreatic protein binds at the liquid aqueous interface. There it causes conformational changes in the lipase that exposes its active site of enzyme. So colipase secreted as inactive enzyme unlike procolipase, which is activated in the intestine by trypsin enzyme. So this pancreatic lipase preferentially cleaves fatty acids, particularly long chain fatty acids, which means more than 10 carbon chains at C1 and C3. So here you can see this is the structure of glycerol, simple structure. So glycerol containing 3 fatty acid side chains attached at 3 carbon atoms. So fatty acid 1, fatty acid 2, fatty acid 3. So mainly act on C1 carbon. So this digestion of triglycerides by the pancreatic lipase will lead to the production of 2 monoacylglycerols and 2 molecules of free fatty acids. Okay, so here you can see this is C1, C2 and C3. So this lipase act on C1 and C3 will lead to the fatty acid 1 and fatty acid 3 and 2 monoacylglycerol. So come to the digestion of phospholipids. Phospholipids are hydrolyzed in the intestine lumen by the enzyme phospholipase A2. So which require trypsin for activation. So phospholipase A2 specificity for the cleavage of fatty acid from C2 position of phospholipids to form the lysophospholipids and fatty acid. So lysophospholipids are powerful detergents which helps in emulsification of lipids. So here is the structure phospholipid to form the lysophospholipid, okay, and free fatty acid. Next, cholesterol. So mostly cholesterol is present as a free form. So some of the cholesterol esterified with the fatty acid to form the cholesterol esters. Okay. So cholesterol esters are hydrolyzed in the intestine lumen by the enzyme pancreatic cholesterol ester hydrolase, also called as cholesterol esterase, which produces cholesterol plus free fatty acids. So after digestion of lipids, the products of lipid digestion are free fatty acids, 2 monoacyl glycerols. So free fatty acids from TGL and cholesterol esters, free cholesterol, and lysophospholipids from phospholipid. So how the next? So digestion is over. Products produced, the different products are formed. So how they are absorbed into the intestine to the blood. So absorption of lipids occurs in small intestine, mainly jejunum. So what are the events which occur in lipid absorption? So mixed micelle formation, mucosal uptake, resynthesis of TGL, phospholipids and cholesterol esters, and chylomicron formation and secretion of chylomicron to the lymph. We will discuss these. So first one is mixed micelle formation. So the hydrolytic portion product of lipids along with the bile acids aggregate to form the mixed micelles. So like phospholipids and cholesterol esters, lysophospholipids, free fatty acids. So these contains hydrophobic portions and hydrophilic portions. So hydrophobic portions come together and hydrophilic portions will surface to the aqueous medium. Okay, that will lead to the production of these micelles, which is a disc-shaped cluster of amphipathic lipids with their hydrophobic groups on the inside and hydrophilic groups on outer side. So that will helps in absorption. So next one, mucosal uptake. So mixed micelles move to the brush border of intestinal mucosal cells, and so these mixed micelles will not enter the, but only the fatty acids, 2 monoacyl glycerols, cholesterols will enter along with fat soluble vitamins. So in fat soluble vitamins we already discussed in fat soluble vitamins absorption digestion. Okay, so like glycerol, small chain fatty acids, medium chain fatty acids do not require assistance of mixed micelle formation for their absorption. They are directly absorbed from the intestinal lumen into the portal vein and are taken up to the liver. So next one, re-esterification inside the mucosal cells. So the enterocytes of the lipids are reformed in the enterocytes means intestinal cells, and again to form the triacylglycerides. So 2 monoacyl glycerol will combine with the again other fatty acid to form the triacylglycerides, and cholesterol iterated with the fatty acid to form the cholesterol esterase. Lysophospholipids will combine with the fatty acid to form the phospholipids. Okay, so this will occur in enterocytes. Next, chylomicron formation. So the newly synthesized triacylglyceride interact the apolipoprotein B48 cholesterol phosphorylate to form the chylomicrons. Okay, so these are the chylomicrons, one of the classification of lipoproteins. Okay, next, secretion of chylomicron to the lymph. So they are released into the lymphatic vessels by the exocytosis. So the presence of chylomicrons gives the lymph as milky appearance, which is observed after a lipid rich meal. So when you collect the blood sample after taking of this blood after taking a meal, so it will lead to the cloudy or milky appearance in the serum after your centrifugation. Okay, so you can observe in sample collection and also in blood bank. So that's why we have to collect the blood after 2 hours. Okay, or fasting sample is mostly preferable for most biochemical tests. So abnormalities of lipid digestion absorption. So more than 90%, 95% of ingested lipids are normally absorbed. So some of the conditions abnormality in digestion and absorption. So steatorrhea, it is a condition characterized with daily excretion of fat in feces more than 6 grams per day. So this results in the production of pale, foul smelling, greasy stools. And also maybe these steatorrhea due to the pancreatic deficiency or excretion production of bile. So in pancreatic deficiency lead to the unsplit fat is present in stool, means without this pancreatic deficiency means there is no enzymes will not act on fatty acids, so undigested fat is excreted in stool, whereas bile is not available, defect in absorption, action of absorption. So pancreatic enzymes will act on lipids, but absorption is defect, so split fat is excreted. So impairment in the lipid absorption by the intestinal cells. So usually seen in chronic pancreatitis, bile duct obstruction, celiac diseases, Pruria, and Crohn's diseases. So like in so advantages of small chain fatty acids and medium chain fatty acids. So these will not require bile salts. So dietary therapy for individuals with malabsorption diseases of small chain fatty acids and medium chain fatty acids is advisable. So because of ability of short chain and medium chain fatty acids to be taken up with the enterocytes without the help of mixed micelles. So this usually they ask for 5 marks question, regularly ask a question. So be thorough with this digestion absorption of lipids, proteins and carbohydrates. Okay, mainly carbohydrates, lipids and proteins. Okay, thank you.